everybody. Happy whatever day it is for you. Happy millionth day of Corona isolation. I saw somebody on the internet that said it was like April 97th. Sometimes it feels like that. So welcome back to your mats. We're going to start on our backs because I'm assuming a lot of you have been sitting today, working from home, or watching endless Netflix episodes. So we'll go ahead and lay down on our backs, and you can let the legs extend out. If you have back issues, leave your feet planted on the floor with your knees bent, and the knees can just drop together so that they're supported with your skeleton, so you don't have to provide any muscular support. And then just begin to notice where the points of contact are on the mat for you. Beginning to observe the curves of the spine and the neck. And just settling into your own body, coming back to yourself. Returning home in this body and returning home to your breath. Beginning to notice the inhale, the gentle uplifting, and also beginning to notice and pay a little more attention to that exhale, that flowing out of breath. And inhale and exhale are such a great example of giving and receiving, right? If we take too much breath in, we burst. If we take too much on this planet, we burst. And as we exhale, we can't give more than we have. Right? We give back just enough. We give back in balance with the giving and receiving, feeling that cycle, having it balanced and healthy for us. So if you're feeling any imbalance in your life, you feel like you need more to be given to you, take a little more time on your inhale. Let it be longer than the exhale. And if you feel like maybe you need to be giving a little more, allow your exhale to be longer than the inhale. And if you're like the three little bears and you're just perfect, then go ahead and leave your inhale and your exhale even and level with each other. Let's take our next inhale all together. Inhaling, drawing that breath in through the nose, the back of the throat, the chest and the ribs, filling up, and then feel that gentle release. Becoming conscious of your own breath. And we'll pay attention to the breath throughout this practice. And the breath will tell you when you need to go further or when you've gone too far. It helps you find that perfect spot, that perfect balance of effort and ease. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Hug them in. We'll just release the feet back down to the ground. Take a nice, long, slow inhale, and then exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, let those feet come back to the ground. Exhale, draw the knees in. Inhale, float those feet down. Exhale, draw the knees in. This time we'll begin to start adding the forehead, reaching for the knees on the exhale. Exhale, forehead touches the knees, curl yourself into a ball. Inhale, lay those feet and hands back down. Inhale, curl in a ball. Exhale, extend. just finding that movement of breath. That movement that matches your breath. And we'll plant those feet back on the ground. Feet are walked in by the hips. Noticing those natural curves in the spine again. And then we're going to take an inhale, lifting into a bridge, taking the arms overhead and seeing if you can lay them down on the ground behind you, over your head. Exhale, lower the hands and hips back to the ground. And then inhale, lift them up. Flowing with your breath. Just beginning to get a little relaxation in the shoulders and the neck here. Beginning to become more aware of the spine. Aware of how the spine feels from what it's experienced today in the body. Good, and one more time, lifting up. And lowering down. And we'll take that right ankle, cross it over the left knee, flex through the right foot. Press your right palm into that right hip crease. If you want to thread the needle on the leg, you can do that. Or just stay here and open up through that right hip. And then bring your arms out to a T. We'll drop both knees over to the right, leaving that right ankle on the left knee and stretching into that back of the left hip and the low back. Maybe you turn your gaze to look to the left fingertips if that feels safe for the neck. And then slowly just let that right foot drop off the left knee. Come back onto your back, resetting the spine. Hands by the side. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, flexing that left foot. Left palm comes into the left hip crease and gently apply a little bit of pressure at the hip crease, drawing that left thigh away from the torso. And then if you want to thread your hands through, if that feels good to you, you can do that. Just breathing in awareness. And then releasing that hand from the thigh, we'll just drop both knees over to the left side this time. See if you can leave that left foot on top of the right knee. Stretching through the outer right hip and low back. And maybe you take your gaze towards the right fingertips as that right arm extends out. One more breath here. Filling up with breath and then emptying it out. Let that left foot just float off the right knee. Bring those knees back, facing the ceiling. Now we'll just windshield wiper the knees a little bit to the right and the left. Come back to neutral. Take the legs straight up. So we're going to flex through the heels. Pull the toes down towards your face. So we're stretching the back of the calves. Now we're going to point the toes up towards the sky. Pull those toes back towards the face. Heels pressing to the sky and then press the toes to the sky. One more time, draw those toes in towards the face and then extend the toes up towards the sky. Good. And then leave the feet in neutral. We're going to circle the ankles around. Just making circles and just noticing. Noticing how the two ankles compare to one another. Honoring any old injuries and just inviting in a little more range of motion and peace in the body. Take those circles the other way now. Beginning to feel maybe the shins getting a little tired here from this movement. And then coming back to neutral, let's point the toes in towards one another and spin the heels out. And then spin the toes out and draw the heels towards one another. And then just rotate the toes in, toes out, toes in, toes out. Good. And then hug the knees into your chest. the knees and begin to roll up and down your spine. Gaining a little momentum, and maybe you can come all the way to standing without touching the hands to the ground. So maybe separating those feet a little bit, planting them on the ground, and then using your momentum to fold. Bend the knees nice and deep. Let your head hang long. Bend one knee and then others. Alternate, undulating like kelp in the ocean. Let your head hang heavy. And now noticing the shape of the spine. Noticing the difference from when you were laying on the ground. Bend your knees. Slowly roll up to standing. Letting those hands hang heavy. Good. And then bring your feet together. Standing in a mountain pose. Draw those low ribs back a little bit. Tailbone draws under and the top of the head extends. The spine is long. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, pull the hands through heart center. Bend your knees, fold forward. Hands come to the shins or to the thighs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms out. Reach them up. Exhale, pull them through heart center and pause. Inhale, take those arms out and up. Exhaling, pulling through heart center or folding. Hands to shins or thighs. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands pull through to the heart. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, hands pull through heart center and pause. Take one breath here. Just feel the steadiness. Feel your foundation and your strength. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let the left foot come back. Left knee comes to the ground. We're going to stretch the front of that left hip. So fingertips on the ground to start, and then begin to let those arms lift up or make the arms into a cactus shape. Good. Press through the front foot. Press through the top of the back foot. Breathe into your heart. Pull those low ribs so they're just over the hips. And then take that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the tailbone, twist yourself around. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to the inside of that right foot and scoot the right foot back so the foot's just under the knee. The left knee's under the right hip. So we've got two 90-degree bends in our knees. And then we're going to leave the right knee where it is. And we're going to walk our hands to the left side of the mat. Walking the hands and the ribs away from the right hip. Getting a big stretch in the right side body. Breathe into the ribs. And stretch each rib away from the next. Walk those hands back to the front of the mat. Step the feet back to a plank pose, hugging the belly button up and in, and reaching through the top of the head, out through the heels. Strong breath, pressing the earth away from you with the hands. Lift up to a down dog. Settle into your breath. Press the earth away with the hands and draw the heels towards the ground. Together, let's take a long, slow breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and just sigh it out. Walk the feet to meet the hands at the front of the mat. Inhale and halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Root through the feet. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, pull those hands down to heart center and pause. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step the right foot back this time. Let that knee come down to the ground. Press into the feet. Rise up, taking either extended arms or cactus arms. And just noticing if you're going to drop into a back bend. Can you keep a little muscular strength here? Can you pay attention to your joints? Are you supporting your joints structurally here? Do you feel sound and steady and stable? And if you don't, move in a way that makes you feel that way. Let's take that right hand to the left knee, left hand to the tailbone, giving yourself a twist. Look over that left shoulder. Good, twisting and rotating through the spine. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands to the floor. So stretching those ribs out, the left hip, making space through the side body. Bring those hands back to the front, step it back to a plank pose. Breathing from tailbone to top of head. Belly button drawn up and in. Long spine. Noticing the curves of the spine here and just feeling that flow of the spine. That flow of energy up and down. Now we'll bring our knees to the floor. Lower the chest and chin down. Let's bring our arms out by our sides. And we'll inhale, just lift the chest. Leave the hands on the floor and just lift the chest. Peel the chest up. Pressing into the hips and the belly and the thighs. Lower back down. This time we're going to lift just the legs up. Squeeze those legs together. Lift them up off the ground. Thighs too. Not just the shins. Lift them up. One more breath. Lower down. And then we'll take the chest and the legs up. Lifting up. Leaving your neck neutral. Reach out through the feet. Reach through the fingertips. Reach through the top of the head. Lower down. Press to a child's pose. You're going to open up the knees and just let those hips settle back towards the heels. Long, slow breath through the back of the body, filling up the rib cage, and then let it go. We'll walk those hands out, taking a puppy dog pose. So we're going to leave the hips over the heels, reach the arms out, and then see if you can begin to melt the heart towards the ground. Pressing into the hands and tractioning back through the hands, pulling the shoulders back towards the hips. And opening up through the shoulders, through the armpits, and just feeling that softening of the back of the heart. And one more breath here, seeing what you can feel, what you can find in this pose. And then we'll walk those hands in. We're going to take that right arm and just slide it through, threading the needle. Left hand can come back on the tailbone or tuck around the hip and pull that left shoulder up towards the sky. Press the right hand, the back of that right hand down into the ground. Good, just getting a little ease in our shoulders. One more breath here, pressing down through the right shoulder all the way out through the right fingertips. And then let that left hand unwind, placing it by the face. Inhale, come back up. Walk those hands back out, melt through the heart, puppy dog pose. Pulling and tractioning back through the hips as the hands press into the ground, the fingers spread wide. Breath full and deep. Finding a little opening in space. And then walk those hands back by the face. Take the left hand, slide it through. Left palm presses into the ground. Right hand may come behind you and press into the tailbone or wrap around towards between the thigh and the hip. And then keep pulling the right shoulder away from the ear. And breathing your breath full and deep. And one more breath here. And then we'll let that right hand come back by the face to support us as we come up to a tabletop. Flowing through cat-cow, so allowing the ribs to drop and the chest to lift. And then exhaling, curling the spine. Belly button draws in, chin to the chest, flowing with breath. Inhaling to cow, exhaling to cat. Inhaling to cow. Then exhaling to cat. One more round, full and deep. And then come to a neutral spine, walk those hands forward, curl the Settling into your breath, allowing that head to hang and be heavy. Full breath in. Full breath out. Right foot step in between the hands. We're going to come to a warrior two. So we're going to let the right knee be over the right ankle. Arms reach out. And we're just going to make some circles with the shoulders. Making the circles one direction, and then make the circles the other direction. We're going to take the hands together behind the back. And we're going to go ahead and bring the hands to that back hip. Pressing the palms together and try to squeeze your elbows towards one another. Good. And then we're going to take that right ear and reach it away from the right shoulder. Pulling that right shoulder down and just feeling some opening in the side of the neck. One more breath. Sit a little deeper in your warrior. And then straighten your right leg. Release the palms behind you. Lift through your heart. Exhale, bend your knees, straddle fold. Rotating the feet to the left side of the mat, long side of the mat, and press those palms together. Lift up through the hips, press down into the feet. If this is too much to grab the hands, you can always use like a strap, a belt, a tie between the hands. Good, one more breath. Settling in. And then hands come to the hips. Bend those knees, straighten back up. We're going to spin the left toes to the back of the mat. We're going to come into our warrior, reach those arms out in opposite directions. And this time, instead of making circles with the arms, we're going to make a stop sign with the front hand, and we're going to drop the back fingertips towards the floor. And then we're just going to flip them the other way. Back hand is a stop sign. Left fingertips reach towards the floor, and then just keep alternating through the forearms. This is really helpful if you've been on a keyboard all day, if you've been on your devices. Good. Just moving those wrists around a little bit. And then we'll bring the hands behind us, clasp them, pull the heart up, and then sneak those hands around towards the back hip. Pull that left ear away from the left shoulder. Stretch into the left side of the neck. Squeeze your elbows towards one another. Breathe into the spaces where you know you need a little more room, a little more freedom. One more breath. And then release those hands back down. We're going to spin the toes to the long side of the mat. Take those arms out, 5-pointed star. Press down through the tailbone, reach to the top of the head. Right hand drops to the right thigh, and we take a side stretch over to the right. Breathing into those left ribs, reaching through the fingertips, come back through center, and then let that left hand come down to the left leg. Reach over, right arm over the right ear. Come back up, 5-pointed star, and then spin the toes towards the front of the mat, bring the hands down, step yourself back to a plank pose. Let the knees come to the ground, slowly lower down. Hands in by the sides of the body, elbows tuck in. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the floor and allow the knees to lift off the floor. The legs are working. Supporting ourselves with the strength of our low back. So there's really no extension from the hands to lift the spine. It's really the strength of the back lifting us. Lower down. Make a pillow with your hands and take a little break. And one more breath here. Good. And then lift up to a down dog. Take your right leg, step it between your hands. Inhale, rise up. We're going to bend the elbows and bring the forearms in line with each other. And then we're going to inhale, pull the chest up, pull those elbows back behind you. Exhale, squeeze those forearms together, forehead towards the elbows. Inhale, lift up, squeeze the elbows back behind you. One more, exhale, press those forearms together. Just feel that stretch through the shoulders and the back of the neck as the forehead reaches for the elbows. And inhale, lift through the heart. Good. Come back up for a 5-pointed star, facing that left side of the mat. And then we're going to spin back towards the back of the mat. Bring those forearms together. We're in our lunge. Inhale, lift the heart, squeeze those elbows back. Exhale, forehead to the elbows, forearms squeeze together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Come back to your 5-pointed star. Reaching up. And then windmill those hands down to the ground. Step back to a down dog. Find your breath. Let those knees come down to the ground. Curl the toes under, all 10 toes under. Sitting back up on the heels if you can, or staying with the hips above the knees. And then we'll take our right hand, reach it up to the sky. Left hand, reach it up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, press them towards the sky. So the underside of the hand is pressing up towards the sky. Good. Draw those low ribs back in to lengthen through the spine a little bit more. And see if you can drop your shoulders down a little. Release the hands. Release the feet. And then we'll come down to our seat. Reach those feet out in front of us. Bring the right foot in towards the left leg. Reach up. Feel the curves of the spine. And then begin to hinge. And notice what's happening in the curves of the spine. Keep the spine long. Honor those curves. Find length. Good. Extending out from the tailbone through to the top of the head. And then we'll slowly walk back up. Taking a twist. That left foot comes over, right foot comes over the left knee. Left hand wraps around, lengthen through the spine. Right hand behind you, take a twist. Look over the right shoulder if that's safe in your neck. Come back through. Release. Take staff pose. Press the hands into the ground. Press out through the bottoms of the feet. Engage the legs. Maybe the heels come off the floor. The legs are strong. And then we'll switch sides. That left leg comes in, right leg extends. Sit up nice and tall, reach up through the arms. Press down through the tailbone, and then begin hinging at the hip, letting the hands float down and lengthening the spine. Noticing those natural curves in the spine. And finding your breath. One more breath here, and then we'll come up. Take that left foot to the outside of the right knee. Right arm wraps around the left knee. Sit up tall. Twist through the spine. Maybe take your gaze over the left shoulder. Feeding yourself with breath. And we'll slowly unwind. We'll go ahead and lay all the way down on our backs. Taking a moment again to just notice those curves of the spine as you land on the ground. And then we'll take the feet to the sky. Feet are open for happy baby. See if you can take the hands to the outside edges of the feet. Maybe taking half happy baby feels better to you, just holding one foot. You can be in full happy baby and just alternate, pulling harder on one foot than the other. And just massaging the low back on the ground as you alternate. And then we'll release out of our happy baby. Let those feet come to the floor. And let your knees drop out to the sides in a butterfly. We're going to take one hand to the heart, the other hand to the belly. Let your eyes close and just begin to notice the subtleties of your breath, the movement that it creates. Continuing that breath, moving through the nose, in and out. Just letting gravity continue to create intensity in this stretch. Release the hands from the chest and the belly. Allow the hands to just be by the sides of the body. And then use the hands against the thighs to just help them back together. Bringing those knees back together. Good, let's press the palms into that hip crease, into the top of both thighs, lengthening the spine, feeling that low back kind of drop a little bit. And then we'll draw the knees into the chest. Hug the knees in, roll left and right. And then we'll settle down, or I guess before we do that, if there's any pose you still want to take, if you want to take another twist, or legs up the wall, or plow, or shoulder stand, or anything else, go ahead and take that. Give yourself time to listen to what you need and then to take it, to take action. Making sure you're still focusing your attention on your breath. And then when you're ready, just letting those feet float to the ground and setting up for Shavasana. So again, if you've got back issues, the knees can just drop together. Or if it feels safe on your back, you can just extend those legs straight out. Close the eyes. And you can just allow the breath to unconsciously flow. Just allowing it to settle in and allowing each cell to receive the healing and the vibrancy that you create through this breath and this movement. The calming comes to the mind from this moving meditation, letting it just flood the mind with ease and grace. If there's any parts of the body that need a little special attention and a little special care in this practice, direct your attention there with the next breath that you take. And let your head rock side to side. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Supporting yourself, find your way to a seat. Eyes closed, hands in prayer. Take a breath in. Fill up with breath. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And know that it's just this simple. Just breathing and moving and flowing. You're able to clear out your energy body, clear the mind, and start anew. We are able to begin again. We close our practice honoring one another by saying Namaste. Thank you all so much for making the time to roll out your mat and share this time with me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Any comments, requests, let me know. All right, bye.